YouTube. I told y'all boys I was gonna do a video doing a 20 minutes worth of game. Let me start off with my intro. Network 3 for the OGs who've been here, y'all know what my channel is about. For the ones who just coming around, I'm 24. I stay in Texas. I went to jail when I was 16, got out when I was 22. I did roughly about 5 years. I went to jail for juvenile. I went to jail and I got juvenile life. I've been out about 2 years now. October will make 3 years. And I reached certain heights that I never thought I would reach. You know, certain heights that I reached, I thought I was going to be able to reach them when I was in jail, but it was just wishful thinking, you know, dreams. I never thought that they'll actually come true. I want to tell y'all something crazy. I got a crazy story to tell y'all. When I was in jail, I was in cell 42, and I used to cut out things out of magazines, and one of the things I cut out of the magazine was a GLE Mercedes-Benz AMG, right? At that time, I used to think those type of cars, only celebrities and rappers drive those type of cars. So I posted it on my wall, like, yo, I want to have that car one day. And another thing that I cut out while I was in that cell, I cut out, you know, a high rise, and I posted it on my wall. And at that time, when I was incarcerated, posting that on my wall, I've never been inside a high rise. Like, I've never been inside a high rise building, a high rise home, apartment. I've never even seen the inside. I've never seen floor to ceiling windows. I've never seen those things before, but I aspired to get that while I was incarcerated. And fast forward 2.5 years later, I reside in a floor to ceiling penthouse, and I drive a GLE AMG, which is crazy. So I'm thinking in my head was I not thinking big enough? Because I already acquired everything that I said I was gonna acquire. I acquired the jewelry, I acquired the crib, the car. I acquired everything that I wished for. So now my thing is, what goals should I set? And let me give y'all some gems. If you want to accomplish anything, whatever you want to accomplish, whether it's big, medium, or small, write it down. The key is writing down. I promise you, this is game right here. If you write it down, it's gonna come to life. I promise you. Another thing you need to do, you need to believe in it. A lot of people talk about believing. You can watch a gang of podcasts. You can watch Robert. You can watch Gary Vee. You can watch Elon Musk, and they all gonna have the same thing to say. They all gonna have to say is believe. You have to believe that you can do it. You gotta believe that you can get a high rise. You gotta believe that you can drive a Mercedes-Benz. You gotta see yourself. You gotta see and believe it, and those are the two components that you need. If you don't believe it, or if you don't see yourself doing it, you're not gonna work towards it. You're not gonna put your energy towards it, and you're not gonna align with that goal. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the important thing. Another thing is, let me get y'all some more free game, is your friends. Really though, because think about it. If you hanging around 4 people that ain't got no money, what can they potentially teach you? The only thing they can teach you, and I'm gonna give y'all some more game, the only thing they can teach you is what not to be. That's the only thing they can teach you. They can teach you how you do not want to live, right? So get you some friends that's in the field that you want to get in, or at where you want to be, or headed to where you want to get to. Because if you're around people that's headed in the same or as aligned in where you want to be, you guys are going to have, you know, these push and pull conversations. You're going to have a higher level of conversating. And if you befriending people that are already where you at, you could ask them so many questions, and they can tell you what not to do. They can tell you how to do it, and what's the shortcut to get to where they at. You feel what I'm saying? So befriend people that's in the same direction that you are already there. That's the key. That's the shortcut. That's the goal. And another thing is discipline. You gotta stop jacking off. For my boys, for the guys out there, y'all gotta stop jacking off, bro, and stay away from females. It's cool to be in a relationship. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to be in a relationship. But if your partner not helping you get to where you need to be, or care about your goals as much as you care about your goals, then it will never work, bro. Stop putting your time and energy into these females and stop jacking off. Those are another key components to this. And I'm giving y'all a lot of free game. A lot of people be having people pay for this. You might buy somebody, let me take this off. You might buy somebody course and they might be selling this. But I'm giving this to y'all for free because I believe in free game for real. And shout out to Casper because he inspired me to do this. Casper been doing this thing. He down there in the A and he making it happen. It's crazy because, I could relate on a strong level. No cap. But another thing I want to tell y'all is stop going against your intuition. Your intuition, that gut feeling, your intuition is that gut feeling. That gut feeling will never steer you wrong. That's another important key component to this, is listen to your gut. Your gut will never steer you wrong, bro. Awesome. And this is some real game. And I got this game when I was incarcerated. I read this in a book and this is a gem. This is a real gem, so pay attention. I'm gonna wait for y'all. Go ahead and grab you a pencil. Go ahead and type this into your notes or whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. All right, y'all ready? All right, so this is some real game that I learned in jail. And this is some secrets that people are not gonna tell y'all. This is a gem right here. Write down or get small goals. Like a small goal can be like, okay, I wanna drink 3 bottles of water today. But make sure you have 5 goals like that, real short attainable goals. And once you complete those 5 goals on your daily goal sheet, it's gonna build up the confidence that you need to go after higher goals. That's what you need to do first. And a lot of people don't tell you guys that. A lot of people say you wanna focus on big goals. People be having goals like, oh, I want a Rolls Royce, I want a jet, I want a mansion. No, that's cool and all, that's your long-term goals. But have daily short-term obtainable goals. You feel what I'm saying? Once you figure out how to do that and you feel me? You get those goals out the way. You accomplish those goals. You surpass those goals. Use that same formula, right? Hear me out. I know y'all got y'all pens. Use that same formula to go after the bigger goals. You feel what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all some real sauce right here because when I start doing this in jail, bro, I swear to God, it changed my life, right? And then the same way I figured out that formula, I came home and I applied that same formula, right? And I did that every day. And then as the weeks progressed, bro, my life started changing drastically, bro. My life started changing crazy, bro, just because I used that formula of small obtainable goals. And then I went to medium size and then I went to larger goals, and slowly but surely, bro, everything started working in my favor, bro. So pay attention to the small goals. Another thing I want to tell y'all. You ain't got to read 1,000,000 books. You ain't got to watch 1,000,000 podcasts, bro. All you got to do is focus and be dedicated on what you want to do, bro. Put your mind towards it. You ain't got to read 1,000,000 books. You ain't got to pay 1,000,000 people, bro. You can do whatever you want to do at your own time and your own speed, bro. Just all you got to do is make sure every single day that you're trying to get to where you need to be, bro. It ain't a crack. You're not cracking no code. The code is already cracked. You're the code. You hear what I'm saying? You are the code, bro. Whatever you do, that's what's gonna happen, bro. Me talking out of this mic, somebody made it, somebody created it with a thought, bro. Whatever you want to do in your life, bro, you gotta create it. Nobody can create it for you, bro. Literally. I'm giving out some real game and all these things I had to learn while I was in jail. Let me give y'all another story. And I'm giving y'all these stories so y'all can see where I'm coming from, bro. I'm not gonna be using these big extreme words. I'm talking to the people who've been where I've been. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you can relate to what I'm saying, even if I'm only helping one person, that's cool with me, bro. But I want to talk to the people who can relate to me. I'm not using no big words. The stories that I'm gonna tell can be relatable. Maybe you haven't been through it yourself, but you know somebody who had. Maybe your friend, maybe your dad, maybe your uncle. But somebody you know, they probably been through what I'm talking about. So one day, I'm sitting in the dorm, right? And I'm reading this book, and the quote is, people in poverty-ruined communities take on the concept of being the best at being the worst. So I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna repeat it. People in these poverty-ruined communities take on the concept of being the best at being the worst. And at first, just like y'all, it didn't resonate with me. And I kept going back to this quote in this book over and over again for about 2 weeks. And it just really didn't resonate with me. And then one day I'm sitting in the dorm. And the dorm is, You know, you got 4 tables in the dorm. It's like the rec area. It's like the area where you come out your cell and you chill. You might eat chow or whatever. So it's 4 tables. There's 2 tables for the Hispanics and there's 2 tables for the blacks. So I'm sitting at the two tables with the blacks, of course. And then I just hear all my peers. They talking about gang wars. They talking about killing each other. Who gang got the most bodies? They talking about who they talking about womanizing their women, who having sex with the most girls and this and that, who got the most girls in their phone book, right? Who got who pregnant, who did this and who did that, right? And at that given time, bro, I'm just silent, and I'm just listening and I'm feeding in to the energy and how hype people are and how happy they are to say, oh, my gang just killed them. Oh, I just got her pregnant, boom, boom, boom. And they're praising this stuff. And I'm just peeping the energy of how these guys are competing against each other to being the worst human you can be. Really though, think about it. They're praising killing another black person. They're praising genocide. They're praising harming their own women. I don't want to sound like a prophet or a preacher, but you feel what I'm saying? In that given moment, I had an epiphany. An epiphany is an aha moment, like, oh shit. And at that given moment, I'm like, damn, that's what the quote was talking about. And the most craziest feeling I got out of that, bro, I felt like, you know when you get the chills, but I felt embarrassed, like, damn, what am I doing here? Bro, what am I doing? Bro, ever since that day I cleaned up my act, bro, I started working out, I went back to school, boom, 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 everything changed in my life. So I'm saying this story to tell you something has to happen in your life drastically for you to want to change. That's why a lot of people you've been seeing coming home from jail have had epiphanies, them aha moments where they woke up. And once they woke up, they pivot. They made a pivot. So you have to find something, or you got to go through a traumatic experience, or you got to use something which is a purpose, a higher purpose to do what you need to do. You feel what I'm saying? You need to go through something dramatic or traumatic to find a different type of purpose and use that energy and turn that pain, whether it's pain or whatever it is, and transfer that pain into power. That's free game, right? Use that. Whether you having a baby, whether you're late on rent, whether you just got kicked out, whether you just got an F on your report card, whether this, whether that, you just use whatever pain you're feeling right there. Your mom making you mad, school is making you stay extra, you got more homework, whatever it is, use that pain and transfer that into power. Like, I can't do this no more. I can't get no more F's because I can't make my mom sad, or I can't let my parents down, or I can't keep getting in trouble because I don't want to let my life go down the drain. You got to use certain things, or a breakup. Another thing, a breakup, you can turn that pain into power for my ladies. If you going through a breakup with a man, use that pain and turn it into a power, bro. We have a lot of power and energy in us, bro. But I'm gonna leave that to y'all, bro. Until next time. I got hours and hours and hours worth of game, all right? But I just wanted to leave y'all with that. It's Network 3. I love y'all boys, and until next time, man, I got y'all. 20 minutes a game with Network 3.